Hey, big dog. You get that damn drop, man. Come on out here and talk to me, man.
Man, I'm in the bed, man.
Man, shit. Hey, get out the bed, man. Don't come to the bed but to sleep. Man, wake your game up, big dog. I need one.
So the first time when I actually experienced the understanding of the feeling, because it's a feeling that overwhelms you, because it's an amazing feeling. So the first time when I took perks, it was somebody close to me got their wisdom teeth taken out, and I took the perk 5s, and I went for a ride. I had what did I have at the time? I had a BMW, and I drove down the street, and they hit me within like 10 minutes, and I fell in love with the feeling. It makes everything bright. It's like the most euphoric feeling that you'll ever feel in your life. And also that night, I also had sleep paralysis, which is like, there's many different definitions. For the people out there that know, they know what that is. And that was the first night I was introduced to the love of the addiction. Because obviously, like, whenever you start an addiction or whenever the first time, like, you're not able to get the drug right off the rip, because it's like it hits you, you're like, damn. And then it puts that inclination in your mind, like, you think about it, like, damn, that shit was special. So, the perk 5s, they ran out after a week, because you're consistently trying to keep up. Like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get done doing what I'm doing to take these 5. So they ran out. And then you start becoming inquisitive, or asking people, that's the word, to where you get the drug. You know what I mean? So after that, once you start, trying to find it, that's when it becomes real. Because you don't really feel a perk 5. When you take a perk 5, you don't really get to feel the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, eh. But then when you, like you said, you take 2 or 3, you really you'll feel what they're talking about. Like, or like, when rappers talking and whatever, or how you're like, oh my God, it's the best time ever. You'll feel it. So then, this is also, I was also hustling too a little bit. I was selling weed. So I was smoking, but I wasn't really smoking like that, because I didn't really like the high of weed, because it's, I don't know, I got paranoid off of it. So when perks were introduced to me, that was my love, and I fell in love with it, because at the time it did take me to the next level of, I gained a lot of money. It puts you in a mind state of you really don't care, because that's what you kind of need in this world, but it's the wrong I don't care. You're ready to leave your life or leave your family or leave circumstances that hold higher value to you, and it's not right. And to continue to, it makes everything better too. So, like, not to be funny, but if your sex is better, you could be sitting on a park bench, and it's amazing feeling. You know what I mean? Because it really taps you into, like, like, wow. It gives you a great sense of confidence, because the reason why I attracted to Percocet so much is because it gave you that confidence that you needed to take it to the next level. That I don't care, because, our insecurities in life hinder us from becoming great, because you're scared to acknowledge that if you don't have the direct guidance to teach you, like, yo, listen, that you're special from the beginning. Like, you just don't understand that, because, there's a lot of different things and emotions going on around you. And if you don't have a person that's taking time to sit next to you, or if you don't believe in yourself, it's gonna, you're gonna be persuaded to do certain things in life that you gotta, certain testimonies in life that are gonna make you do things that are against your moral compass. And, and that's the biggest thing too, is that you don't want to go too far against your beliefs.
What was the first moment where you're like, shit, I'm addicted to this shit?
So
was it after not getting?
Nah, so it wasn't even that. So it was crazy, because you don't even know when you become the fiend, right? You don't even know. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm addicted, right? So it's like, because I didn't get addicted until, I want to say, I want to say, because I didn't know what was happening, because I was selling them. So I always, like, my circumstance was different. So I ended up, all right, so I ended up being able to sell them. So I had them all the time. So I got addicted from realizing, like, the day when I was like, you know what, I sold my whole script that I bought, and realizing, like, damn, this shit is, like, life kind of sucks. This shit is boring. And when I stopped for a day, I didn't really have because I was, like, because, you got to keep your metabolism going. A lot of things have to keep moving. And I always was moving. But I realized that it wasn't fun. Like, life became not fun anymore when I didn't have it. So that was the first inclination. Like, I took a day off, and I'm like, I didn't get no sickness. I didn't really have a problem. This is back when I was 27. So this wasn't even till, to the worst extent of this. So it was like, when I was 20, like, I would say like 20, cause I don't even have a timeline. I gotta go through my pictures. Cause like, each picture I know where I was at in the journey. So I would say roughly around 26, 27 when I wasn't able to, like the day that the script ran out and I didn't have it and shit wasn't fun, and I was like, damn, I need that. That was the first, like, oh shit, something's happening. There's something chemically going on in my mind that is not right. Because all the euphoric shit, all the shit that I like to do wasn't fun without me being on drugs. I'm getting high to the fullest. Whether it's weed or perks, man, I'm getting high. Because you know what, there's no half, because you can't really half step. I would do it before I played basketball. I would do it before I cut hair. I would do it before I was going on a date. I would do it before anything, because it gave you that sense of confidence where you didn't care about if anything went right or wrong. And that's why it's so dangerous, because once you lose the fear, like I lost the fear in life of caring how people feel about me or judge me in life, because it doesn't matter, because I know I'm connected to the highest. But when you're living on the frequency of, like, you're doing it for the acceptance of your peers or people that follow you, you're drained, because it will drain you, because you're trying to constantly prove to somebody that you're getting money or you're doing this or you're doing that. So it gave me the supreme confidence of, and I had a little bit of money, so it gave me the feeling that, I needed. The emphasis of what Percocets or, these hard narcotics is to take people from death, to become okay with dying, right? So if you get a traumatic injury, it makes you euphoric, like, okay, I'll be able to hopefully get off of it. It gives you the sense of hope, but it's also taking your soul. So you're in your head like, yo, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. This is giving me the confidence, okay, I'm gonna be all right. But it's also taking your soul. They give it to you for when you're about to die. You know what I mean? Like so I used to buy scripts off of people, and they give it to them for that hope, where, okay, if they die, they're gonna be straight, because in that mindset, and whenever they're gonna die, they're probably high, but they don't know what really is coming with that. They don't really know that when you're taking that narcotic, that it's not right, because you're supposed to want to feel the pain of life, because that is the best feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like when you accomplish something that you never got, like, for instance, like losing my hair and then gaining the power. Like, if say I lost my hair when I was on perks, I might have took 3 times the amount, because it would have gave me and it would have put me on a different mindset. Now I deal with it with the understanding of awareness of, like, okay, I wasn't moving with my mind and spirit at once. I was moving off of trying to impress. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. So they give you, they give elderly people that have traumatic, injuries, that drug to help them. And it can't help if it's done right, but I don't even think it really helps, because you're still gonna be, it changes your DNA. Like, it changes my DNA into a different extent of, I can't explain to anybody. This shit changed my life, and it made me a superhero, because it made me just believe in myself 10 times more, because I continuously for 7 to 10 years escaped reality. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't love who I was. Now I love who I am. I have minor flaws. I'm not to who I want to be, but I'm happy. I'm content with the growing process, and understanding that each day I'm becoming better and ascending to my highest truth.
What do you want to talk about?
Might hit me, man. I'm scarred. You know what I'm saying? I got pain nigga. This is for people that come in this world that have no direction. This is for the babies that wake up and they're like, I'm Googling drugs, and I'm gonna come at the bottom, right? I'm gonna come at the worst Google. They're gonna be like, what is that? And then that's for them, the bottom feeders, because that's what I am. I'm a bottom feeder.
So what's the number one addiction that plagues society?
The number one is narcotics, because narcotics is the best drug. That shit is, you know what I mean? That's not even, it's special. Bro, you're the happiest. That shit, you know, I done heard it from, like, because, you know, when I was getting high, because this is the worst thing too, right? When you're getting high, you're in a false sense of reality of, like, you talk about people that are getting high and you act like you're not getting high. So I used to talk to my friends and they'd be like, yo, it's like, for heroin wise, right? They're like, oh my God, it's like an orgasm. Your whole body's just having an orgasm. Like, to me, I ain't want that. You know what I mean? That's one thing. I never sniffed nothing. I never inject nothing in my body. Like, I feel like at least your temple, because I always had the spirit of, like, if you take a pill, at least my body's gonna break it down. No matter what happens to me, it's going through the system of life, right? Because it's going down to however it's gonna be exceeded. But that's what they say. You know, you're escaping the pain of your actions not meeting your goals. That's what it is. Like, you're getting high to, like, okay, or I'm smoking, right? I know I'm not gonna really do this, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it because it's gonna look good. Or I'm taking a perk. A perk is different because that shit will have you doing the energy, and then when you come off, it's like you need it to get to that level. Because at least when you're stimulated, you're like, you're moving at it. High is like, I'm gonna talk about it. It sounds good, because there's the boundary of, okay, sounds good and doing it. You know what I'm saying? The perks give you the elevation to get somewhere, but then if you don't have it, you're dead. Yo, for real. The weed will make you have the greatest conversation, and then you just bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta know that you're special. That's it. Like, that's all I try to tell people. Once you tap into that, once you get to that little thing, like, and you start looking around and you decode, because you're not going to be able to see what's really going on, but if you can decode your reality, that's what's wrong. People try to decode other people's reality because they want to contribute to, like, why they're not where they're at. But if you look and you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm not going to worry about what, for instance, Mike is doing. I'm going to focus on how to bring Mike closer to me. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to put any type of manifestation on, like, I need him to do this for me. I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to take my girl, and I'm not going to manifest like, oh, she got to take care of this and do this. I'm going to let it come to me. Then you come to, okay, boom. I'm not going to worry about my family, how they believe me. I'm going to try to make their lives better on seeing my actions. And then you come to yourself, and then you start moving at your own pace. You're like, okay, it's not really a race. You know, because you got to remember, media, me, everything that's going on is a selling point to something, right? It's not going to be a selling point to the extreme of making somebody do whatever, but everything is a selling point because you have to inspire. That's how the shit works. Like, you see shit that inspires you to do something. I don't give a fuck where it comes from. There's something that targeted in your mind that, okay, boom. Whether it's becoming a ninja, whether it's becoming a superhero, there's something in your mind that you locked into in your imagination that made you want to get to somewhere. And everything else around you desiring that is trying to take you away from it because you're not ready to understand how it's going to take to get to there. I say love is dangerous because I love this certain shit. So when you dabble a little bit, you're not getting the full feeling. When you go all the way, at least you can hit the bar and come back and be like, oh shit, that shit, I understand balance. Oh, you know what I mean? I understand lack because that's where the straight line is. That's where the consistency of, because the world, like, it makes you feel like you don't have enough time, right? When you wake up, it makes you feel like, yo, I don't have enough time to do this, or I don't. But you really do. It's just that you're so caught up in the moment of each second of not performing to somebody else's, persona of how they feel like you should be dealing with your time that fucks you up. That's all it is. It's like, if you're with your girl, they need your time because they think they know what they can do with your time, but they really don't know. You're the only person that can deal and know what's your time. Even your friends are like, yo, come play ball. Like me, for instance, I love playing basketball. Like, yo, it's old energy. People like to recycle old energy to get the high. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, what am I gonna hit 1,000,000 threes to prove what? Okay. Am I getting paid off that? No. Hell no. And it's not even fulfilling anymore. This is fulfilling because this is my truth. Because my biggest problem I had to realize, because I wanted to talk to a psychiatrist, because when you hit these levels, you're like, damn, am I bugging? You're like, damn, is this even, are these logical thoughts? Because nobody around you is talking like this. So now that I have the camera and I re-listen to it, I'm like, holy shit. Fuck what anybody could tell me. I know I'm on the right track. I'm doing this shit. Half the people ain't doing this shit. Half the, like, these top, man, what is a Meriden? What is a Wallingford? You guys are gonna know what that is. What is a Bad Panda? What is an All In? You guys are gonna know what that shit is from here on out. That shit is circulating the airwaves to something that's gonna be crazy. Like, you guys are gonna know, because you know what? We ain't believing ourselves fully. I'm not even speaking for the Mike or the Bad Panda, but I didn't believe I could be doing this shit. I didn't even understand that, yo, this is what I needed to do, because the biggest fear was talking on camera because of how I look, right? It took everything from me. It took my hair. It took, like, I was like, you know what? I'm not talking no more. Podcast, I'm bald, I'm looking crazy. I got a missing tooth over here. Man, I'm not talking. Fuck that. Like, what? Then I realized, like, every night I'll go home. And this is what I do every night. I pray crazy. And it's not even for what I want. It's like, whoever's looking over me, the frequency is like, yo, you're doing yourself a disservice. Make sure, and I wake up, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna cut here. I'm gonna try to get this money. I'm gonna cut. Because I could cut here and make as much money as I want. I could cut all day. But in my head, something's like, yo, you're doing it every night. Every single night. And then I started getting illnesses. I started getting, like, all types of shit. I started, like, it was just bad. And then I'm like, you know what? And that's because I was also trying to involve a lot of people and shit. When you try to involve too many people, it waters down the scenario. Because everybody's kind of like-minded. Everybody wants to, you know, whatever. But once I realized that it's just the action and putting one, because you gotta have, you have to have one person that believes in you. And that one person is Mike, aka Bad Panda. When you have that one person, and it don't matter about if I get 1,000 recognitions from anybody, as long as one person is by your side and that will put their time into believing you, there's nothing that can stop you. Because you don't worry about what nobody else thinks. Because you know what, they're gonna hit you, the world's gonna try to hit you with a whole bunch of miscellaneous shit. Because it's gonna try to stop you from being great. Because it wants everybody on a lower level playing field so they can make money off you. But nobody will be able to make money off us because we're moving independently. This is all man hours. We ain't getting paid to do this. This ain't, oh, we're doing this for we're getting paid because we're gonna live our truth. And pretty soon you're gonna get to see everybody around me their truth. Because everybody around deserves a chance. And that's not even funny. I just know, because I can see the pain, I can see the trials and tribulations that everybody around and it's just not me that been through the worst shit. It's everybody around me been through some fuck shit. And they get trapped in these dumbass towns. It's like mosquitoes, man. They infest off each other. Like, people just want to do some fuck shit. And it's not right. Because everybody deserves to tell the truth. Like, you know, that's why relationships, that's why friendships, that's why business partners, that's why everything don't work, because there's an insecurity that holds them back, because somebody always feel like if somebody gets over you, who gives a fuck? You still gonna have to live. If somebody does you dirty, you're still gonna have to live. That's it. Like, it don't matter. Like, everybody wants to hold these grudges and tell the reason why they didn't make it. I never heard nobody fully be like, yo, I made it because of this or that. Besides a very few, the 1%ers in the world. When somebody says, like, and I quote Joe, like we said with his brother, man, we're one. When you're one, they ain't fucking with you. Nobody's fucking with you. When you, like, there's certain big things in this world, man. When you fucking become one with whoever you're doing, whatever, in a relationship with your family, your girl, your friend, when y'all one, because you could be one with each. And I did a lot of research on this. When you become one in each field and you don't mix that up, you don't mix business with pleasure. That's one thing you never do. But if you become one with each of these people around you, and you guide yourselves, and you are totally upfront and tell each other the truth, and don't hold back and be like, yo, listen, yo, you fucked up on this shit. And that person looks back at you and is like, I know, whatever, okay, yo, we'll get it right. And you could talk, because that's the only thing that's gonna make you get to that next level is talking. You can't have no insecurities. Like, that's it. Like, if I do something wrong, call me out. If I do something else wrong, like I tell Mike, like, yo, we're gonna have this done, right? And it's not to play him, it's not to whatever. It's to tell you that, yo, I'm with you. What we gonna do? If I gotta bring help, if somebody said, yo, I need this haircut at this day, I'm there. Because when you give somebody comfort and gratification that you care about, it's gonna be done to the best extent. That's it, because that's all humans are looking for, bro, is total comfort. If you comfort the people that really need it, that got your back, it's over. That's it. Totally, like, and I learned that. Because everybody called me a joke. Everybody. And the thing about it, I'm not doing this because I am the joke or it, whatever. It's because this is my truth. This is a fiend to a straight king, because I didn't even believe that I could become a fiend. That's the craziest thing. That's when I realized life. When I could have been a person that could have been begging for change. I could have been a person on the corner with a sign around my neck. I could have been any of these people that they get judged by when they get looked at each day. I could have been that person, and nobody would have believed it. That's what fucks me up. That's why I do this shit, because it could have, bro. And that's why, you know, this is the most important thing to me. Straight up.